Hi, how you doing? I'm here to talk about something that's a bit close to me. Rec Room. Remember that game? Yeah, it's not a thing anymore. I'm here to give you a small story time, if you would like to call it that. I I first started playing VR like a couple years ago. I don't know how long. And when I did, I I played Rec Room. It was a free game, you know. I didn't have any games, so try the free ones, right? And that game really meant a lot to me. I I played a lot of it, a lot of Rec Room, and most of that was on a PlayStation VR. PlayStation, the PSVR, I would say was probably one of the worst things I've ever gone through, VR wise, because it was so it was just so garbage. You had that little camera thingy on your TV or whatever that you needed to like constantly be looking at the front view of you, and if you you know like looked behind you or made those front lights not correctly with the thing, if they're not seeing every single light on that VR, it's gonna complain and bitch and moan that, oh, you aren't playing, you're not on screen, goddamn you. Uh, but I lived with it. I I lived with it, and that's what I had. So I played Rec Room. I played it a lot. I can't really explain exactly what I was doing. It's mainly the thing I was doing was being a loner. I That's kind of what I do now. I I don't really do too much human interaction, and that's why I'm giving you this story. Is that I want to explain to you how much this game means to me, because most of the time, I didn't really interact with people. I didn't talk to people. I didn't do a lot. All I did was kind of play the games I could play solo. Can't really play the game solo, but I tried. And one of the things I really liked doing was those quests. Those quests were the most fun thing for me. But obviously, they aren't easy. They are very hard to do by yourself, and to this day, I've never really beaten one by myself. But I did break out of, you know, being alone. I talked to people on the game, which I don't do. I don't do that. Um, for most of my life and to this day, I don't I don't really have any friends. I I don't I don't talk to people. And I don't want to sound like those people that are like, "Oh, the COVID." But to be truly honest, that's probably what made me so alone in the current day, is that I didn't go out as much as I could, um because, all the bovid. If you go outside, you're basically dead. Especially for the type of person that I am. Here comes the cool part. I'm about to reveal something about myself. I have the asthmas. Oh yeah. Um, and what happens when you have the asthmas? I I have the higher possibility of dying if I go if I go outside in and get infected with that bovidness. Um, and I did get infected with that bovidness a couple times, but it, it, it didn't hurt me too much. See? I'm still breathing, kind of. But because of the game, like because of me not being able to go outside as normal, and all of the stuff that was happening, all the fear mongering, basically, if you want to call it that, because everybody was saying, if go outside, you're dead. If you do this, you're dead. Especially for the type of person that I am, if you got these things, you're definitely dead. You're turbo dead, double dead. But I didn't. That didn't happen to me. But I was scared. I was very scared. But I think it's probably that just made me the state that I am now. I'm sorry. I'm going off track. This game, I made a bunch of friends, I would say, and they're the only people to this day that I truly like had as friends. The only people I really talked to. I don't talk to people. So, I had a lot of fun. It was really important to me. I remember multiple weird moments, like when I would play those custom games when they were a thing. I never liked playing them. That's why I gave up on them for so long. Was the fact that you would play them and they just kind of never really had anything to them. I would kind of play some of those, like, I don't know if it's called like death matches or whatever, but I played, a game where, you can shoot each other and stuff. And so many of those were just so garbage that I never really enjoyed playing them. But there was like two that I really, really remember. One of them it was like a pirate ship type deal where like one team's on one pirate ship, one team's on the other pirate ship, and the 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 I was shooting at the enemy ship, and when I did that, I shot like really fast, right? Because I used to use the bow all the time, so I was shooting arrows like very quickly at people, and I was never really good at aiming it. I was just kind of like just kind of shooting arrows, not really aiming, but relatively aiming. And there was this one dude on the other on the other team, the other ship, and he started shouting. He's like, "Oh, you asshole! Stop using that like double shot tactic," which is a thing where if you like click the grab like quickly, you can get a second shot in pretty quickly, so you can get like more shots more quickly. But I never was able to do it. I wasn't skilled enough, and also I think from most of the time of me playing the game, they removed it, so you couldn't even do it in the first place. And I just remembered, I was like, man, this guy is really attacking me right now. This guy's saying that I'm cheating or whatever he said because I'm shooting arrows faster than I guess he can, because I was just shooting as fast as I normally do. No weird like double shot tactics, and it just that moment stuck out to me a lot because I don't know. It was just funny. Another similar thing was like a castle, I think, map. I think it was like a something like that, and you had like microphones on the other castles, and one of the dudes, um, one of the enemy dudes was like, he like basically kidnapped one of my friends at the time, and I remember I tried doing everything in my power to get past those guys and save my friend, but I wasn't good, so they crushed me. And that's another moment that stuck out to me a lot. And most of it, I'm being honest with you, most of it I just can't remember or never really stuck out as anything too interesting for to like talk about. But what I'm trying to get across is that I talked to a lot of people. I did a lot at one point in my life, and I just kind of became a pussy, I guess you could say. I become a baby, and I'm too scared to now. Human interaction really scary for me. And I wanted to talk about something that I don't even know what I'm gonna be able to do about this. It just kind of eats me inside, you know. It hurts me. And, I just kind of feel like explaining how much this game really meant to me and talking about things and, like, last goodbye to my childhood game, my first, like, VR experience. And that is, uh, recently, like, I can't say this month, it's June. I can't say last month, it wasn't May. It was the month before May, which was when they announced when the end of the game. It was going away. It really hurt to know that my one of my most biggest games I played uh, was going away. So I went on it once, and I was like, I have to do something, right? I have to make up my time on this game, get last memories in and stuff. But then, you know, I just kind of figured out then, there's no point. It's a waste of my time. The game's gonna go away. Why go and try to connect with it more if I'm not gonna have it anymore? And I really tried doing things I never was able to do before. Um, and no, I wasn't able to do the things I wanted to do before. I always wanted to like solo every quest. I always wanted to get the exact outfit I wanted for the quests. Like when you beat a quest, you get a type of outfit, and I always wanted to get the red version of every outfit because red is my favorite color. And I wanted to get the eye patch for the pirate quest, um, which meant you have to like do super good on the pirate quest. I'm not that good. But what what happened was I went on there when they announced the end of the game, and I was like, shit, I gotta do something. So I go into the game and I try to like do stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do human interaction. I don't do that. I used to back then. I could do it now, and I met two or three people. A lot of people I, of course, met, but there was two that stuck out to me, and there was a third that, I don't know, not too much connection there, but, enough to say it was relatively a buddy that I have acquired. And I haven't made any friends in a while. Like, ever since I stopped playing Rec Room due to whatever, the massive social anxiety I just acquired out of nowhere. Um, I never talk to another person. So I'm like, let's do it. We're gonna try talking to people. So there was this guy. Um, I talked to him a little bit. Um, and he was alright. He had like a off my memory, he was wearing like those red coat outfits, like from frickin' whatever the something century with their flintlock rifles and all that stuff, their muskets. He was wearing something like that, and I was talking to him for a little bit, and we kind of like, I don't know, what I say, but we kind of like, I don't know, we liked each other. We didn't think each other were assholes or anything. And then there was his friend, and it was a woman. This woman was so mean. It was hilarious. She was so mean. And I don't know what it was, but something in me like connected to that person in a way. Like I like I don't know, there was something, I like gravitated towards them for some reason. Like they were such an asshole. They were so mean. They were saying the worst possible things to me. But like I don't know, maybe it's like I saw like myself in them. Like I'm not that type of person. I don't insult people. I don't like go out of my way and say, "Oh, you're this, you're that," and all this. I'm not like that, but I feel like I could be that if I didn't try to not be a horrible person and all that, because I feel like I'm not a good person. So like I feel like that's what I would be. That's what I see myself as a mean person, but like I felt like that they have some type of good heart to them, but they just don't show it and all that. So I didn't care. I didn't care what they said to me. I still tried my best to talk to them and not pussy out and everything. And there was another dude, and I talked to him a little bit, and he talked about how long have people. He was asking the people how long they've played the game for and stuff. And I said, I think I played this game like at 2016 or something like that. I have I played so long ago, and I have a lot of I have the like shirt uh, before the guy's shirt, because he was wearing his like oldest, because you get like a shirt for how long, like when did you play the game and stuff, like what year you played the game. And I was saying I have the shirt before that one, which I think was 2016. If that's even a correct year, I don't remember. And that guy, he came up to me when the woman went away, and he came up to me and he was like, "Oh, you took that very well. I'm proud of you." And that felt so good to me because no one said that to me. I don't I don't talk to people, and usually when stuff where I talk to someone and they're mean to me, and like I don't like no one said to me that I took getting insulted well, and they're proud of me. And it was just a random person. It was weird. I know I must sound like such a loner, such a loser, and probably someone that you don't want to be associated with, but I know that there's a lot of people like me. I know that I'm not the only one that's like this. I know that I'm, you know, um, but yeah, I kept trying to talk to the woman. I kept trying to, because I was like, I could probably be friends with this person, and they were saying such horrible things that from what I got together that they got like mic banned or something like that, so they couldn't talk, but they weren't like thrown out or anything. They just couldn't talk. But I'm gonna get emotional. I talked to them for a while and something happened. I don't know what it was, but I just kind of like sat there and I was talking about my life, talking about things that happened to me, my life story. I talked about like everything, so much stuff. And I've never done that to people. I've never said to anybody my whole like backstory or anything like that. And they were so interested in it, and I don't know, they seemed to really care. And it explaining who I am as a person, basically, the things I've uh, gone through and things I've lost. That woman that was mean to me, like respected me more. They stopped saying mean things to me. They didn't, you know, they were being nice to me, and I feel like I did what I wanted to do. I knew that the person wasn't a horrible person, and like I was like I can make them like me. I just need to get to them, and I feel like I did that. And then what happened, which broke my heart. It made me so sad that after a little bit of stewing on it, I ended up crying like a pussy in front of people. And I know so many of the modern day people nowadays are going to be like, "Oh, you're trauma dumping. You can't do trauma dumping," and all this stupid, pathetic shit that so many people nowadays want to say. That's why I say that I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to interact with people anymore. It's because they're all assholes. They all are saying the worst. They all say you can't do this, you can't do that. And it makes me so upset. It makes me so angry. The fact that so many people are horrible. But this time I played the game, I really felt like maybe everyone's not that bad. Maybe the fears that I have are not real. Maybe what I'm just seeing is just the bad stuff. And that's small compared to the good stuff that isn't just documented. And what I forgot to say, what made me so sad was I was saying, even though the game's, ending and all this stuff, I would like to friend you in this game, so then maybe at a later date we could, hang out more. Because it was nighttime. It was way past sleep time, so I should have definitely went to bed, but I was playing the game. And I'm sorry. Sorry. And, yeah, they removed friending. They removed friending at the end of the game's life cycle. You would think that at the end of the game, maybe people could make friends one last time, but no, they didn't want you to, so I couldn't friend those people, so I couldn't see them again, and because of that, I didn't even bother to go back on the game after. So ever since, throughout the whole time of May until now, I never went back on because I was too sad. But what happened was I tried to friend them and it said, you can't friend people anymore. And I was like, man, I can't friend these people, so I'm never going to see these people again. And I tried to really explain to myself how much this means to me. I told them, I'm really happy that you people seem to care for me. I'm really happy that you guys are nice to me. Because they were saying so many mean things to me. They were calling me so many awful names. I won't go into all of the things that they called me, but they called me so many awful things. And when when I started talking and getting comfortable, they saw me for guess who I am, and they liked me. And I felt that like warm feeling inside. And I know I sound so much like a loner weirdo that's like, oh, I've never, I'm cold. I don't talk to people. I have no emotions. I know I sound like that, but like truly, I don't talk to people. So it really felt special to me. Because like felt like for the first time I truly know what it was like to make a friend. Because all the friends I made back in the day, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been lonely for so long that like meeting a friend after all that time just kind of like making a friend at that time just kind of felt like special, more like felt like a true friend. Because I've never talked to those people ever again after I stopped. So like it felt like at this point, like I truly made a friend that I could continue talking to after this, but obviously that didn't happen. And if by chance you two somehow found this video, hi. I'm sorry that I cried in front of you. I'm sorry that I might seem like such a loner weirdo right now, but uh, you made my day. And I don't really know what else to say. I'm sorry for taking up your time. I'm sorry for sounding so weird. But if anyone else has this same type of experience where they kind of feel like this was their breakthrough and they felt like, I don't know, they felt a connection, this video spoke out to them in some weird way, touched them just that right way that made them feel special, made them feel heard, just like me. I don't know. I never liked those videos. Those videos are always... I don't like these type of videos. Like, that's what I'm kind of creating right now, is that I usually see those type of videos, and I always think they're so sappy and weird and strange, but, you know... I guess I know what it's like to make one of those, because I'm literally creating one right now, explaining why this game has broken my heart. I would like to talk more, but I don't want to take so much of your time, and I already feel like I've wasted so much time talking about other things. But, one last thing to you, I guess, is that, you know, at the end, I cried in front of a couple people. I bawled my eyeballs out, and I didn't want to, and it was embarrassing to cry in front of real people. But I felt it wasn't that I was sad. Yes, I was crying because I was sad, but I wasn't crying because I was directly sad. I was crying because I was happy. That I feel like I've made a true, real friend for the first time, and it was getting taken away from me because the other guy that I was talking to, his VR died, and the woman was, well, not. I don't think the woman's VR was dying. Mine was. My right controller died, and I was like, oh no, my right controller's dead. I'm so gonna not have this anymore. I'm slowly fading away. And eventually I just tried to say my final words, like I'm sorry that I'm crying in front of you. I'm sorry that I'm this and that. But you really made me feel special. It made me feel heard and all this stuff. And I don't have anything to tell you. Like, I could go on this whole thing of, you're this, you're that, do the things you like. I don't need to say that. I'm not the type of person to tell you that type of stuff. I have no advice. I don't. I would like to say that I need the advice, but I don't want the advice because I don't care for the advice. But yeah, I don't have much to say to you. All I have to say is this game was very important to me. It's gone. And it sucks because I would say that's a really big piece of my childhood that is now gone. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it. It's going to be like everything else, like Little Big Planet, and I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but Little Big Planet's gone, Rec Room's gone, all these other games are slowly fading away, my childhood games, they're gone. So yeah. Sorry if this seems sappy and weird and strange. And I'm very sorry that the music that this world has makes it sound even sadder. Not my intention. But, it's fitting, I guess. And you probably don't care. You probably aren't watching this video. You probably saw this video in your recommended or your subscriptions and all this stuff, and you're probably like, I'm not gonna give him any time. Why should I watch this dude bitch and moan and cry about a game that isn't even a thing anymore? But if you were here and you were listening to me say all this stuff, then, I really, really, really appreciate it. As much as these terrible YouTubers want to say that they appreciate you and they aren't going to do this, they aren't going to do that, and they, blah, 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 blah. And then they go off, and once they make their millions, they forget you ever existed and make you seem like you were insignificant, just a stepping stone to make me rich. I would like to say that I'm not that type of person, and I don't think I'll ever get to that point. I'm not interesting. But maybe that's my own view. Maybe I think I'm not interesting, but other people probably think I'm interesting. I have zero motivation to do anything. I want to it's been how long since till I made this video, so I'm just a asshole. I can't figure out what to do. I want to play games, but I feel like no one cares about watching me play games. Especially the games that I was trying to play, no one cared for. But at the same time, I'm small. No one watched me yet. Eventually, when I have a slightly big fan base, I'll have more people that watch. But at this point, I'm small. I'm microscopic. Anyways, I'm very sorry. I will be going. Yeah. Bye-bye. Hope you have a good day. Good night. Bye-bye. Sleepy, snore, Or, waking up, yawn, oh, I feel so energized now that some asshole just bitched and moaned for however long. I hope this video isn't an hour long. But yeah. Know that I appreciate you. And who knows, maybe one day you'll see videos of me in VR chat, not alone, sitting in a black and white room. with the monochrome toggle on to make it seem sappier or anything like that. So yeah, bye. Sorry, I'm taking up your time. Sorry that I'm stalling. But yeah, I appreciate you if you watched and listened to me bitch and moan. But yes, I appreciate you. And I hope you'll continue to watch me continue this strange thing.